How's it going, trainers? Coming at you with a Honchkrow Arbok deck highlight today. These two Pokemon have potent attacks with powerful utility that makes it really difficult for your opponent to play around them, especially when they get used in tandem, and the 100 HP pool on these single knockout point Pokemon is often difficult for your opponent to run down too quickly, especially when we have a giant cape on occasion to boost them up. Cyrus is an insane tool in this deck for both of these cards. Honchkrow lets us poke things in the back line and then drag them to the front when our opponent would rather keep them safe. And Arbok can corner whatever we're dragging up in place so it's not able to escape away again. You're going to see this deck list have a ton of incredible maneuverability and lines to puzzle out in these games. If you're someone that enjoys thinking through all of your games and having lots of key decisions, this is a fantastic deck for that. It's also incidentally pretty good in the PvE missions right now as well. Since it's got a bunch of dark attackers, this one can perhaps do double duty for you. If you enjoy the games, be sure to smash that button. For the rest of the day, have fun. If you added a mulligan feature to this game, there are certain decks that would almost assuredly be cracked beyond belief. Players always talk about how they want their card games to be lower variance and higher skill, but all I'm going to say is there's a reason we're all here playing a card game based around variance rather than playing chess, a game that's actually low variance and high skill. The variance is part of the appeal. These types of games are better because of it. Having first energy advantage with Farfetch and Articuno is pretty solid for us here. We had a basic next turn, we're probably in a pretty decent spot. Double Potion Gamer. Okay. Assuredly, we can't break out a second basic 2 games in a row, yes? Alright, cool. I was hoping to find one of each there, but we'll take hitting over bricking. Pocket already has a mulligan button. You can see it and go to the next game. Unironically, this. There's Misty. Oh, they were missing the Palkia. I'm shocked they didn't Misty this. That seems really good for me. Now I do this, I take this knockout point, and then Arbok can lock the Articuno in if it comes back up, or lock the Palkia in. Neither one seems good for us, yeah? So that's why we waited to attach her energy until after they decided what they were doing with the Sabrina. And they're already down 2 potions, so they can't heal this anymore. They could they need like giant cape plus blue to survive this game. And I have a cape of my own next turn, so we don't go down to Giovanni either, which is nice. They need cape plus blue on top of having 2 potions in their deck, which seems just incredibly unlikely. It was a slick game. If you're someone that's new to the channel and you're thinking, Jeff, fellow olds, you're not talking to me, are you? I have a very simple test for you. If you've ever felt injured when you woke up because you slept funny, I'm talking to you. Stand up and stretch your legs. To the couple of folks who asked, why did I leave the last game? We weren't dead yet. So Pokemon Pocket's a game that's very chess adjacent. You need to be thinking multiple turns in advance. And I left that last game not because I was going to lose it that turn, but because there was no longer a permutation of cards in my deck that allowed me to not lose the game over 2 to 3 turns. I think it was 2 turns if I recall the specifics, but I mean, having that type of forward thinking is very valuable. Nice. We have all of our lines here. The question is, are they going to be enough? I think if I had Leaf in hand, we would build the Honchkrow right away, but I'm not playing X-Speed. We're only playing Leaf, so I can't, like, research into my energy discount, which is kind of clunky. Let's go dig in. There's a Leaf for later, maybe. I think it's this and Quack them. If they have Charizard on curve, we're probably in trouble. If they have Charizard, and they hit even 1 coin on the Moltres, we're in trouble. If they full brick this Moltres, we have a shot, but otherwise I think we're a little bit too slow. Yeah, 2 heads means Trogdor is gonna run us down, I think. To clear the Moltres, and this is again that type of forward thinking you want to have. So I do this, and then I Leaf out the Farfetch so it saves an energy. I pick up 2 knockout points. They put up Charizard and clear Arbok, picking up their first point. Then the following turn, I Sabrina something up from the back and crack it with Farfetch, plus put an energy on here. And then if I top deck Arbok, I can Cyrus up the thing that I Farfetched and keep it locked in with corner. So that's a good example of building your line to win the game. Are we guaranteed to win when we build this line? No. There's 7 cards in my deck, and I need to draw the second copy of Arbok in those 7 cards. However, we're not 0% here. So we're going to keep playing a game that we're low probability to win because there is a permutation we can win here. So at the very start, we were talking about how I left the last match because there was no sequence of cards or plays that got me to victory. Here, we're a low percentage chance, but we can build a line that involves us winning today. So we're going to keep playing because we have a shot. There's an out. We are, in fact, saying there's a chance. Yep. And that's one of the other appealing parts of playing this deck. We've got 1 Sabrina and 2 Cyrus. So we get a lot of control over what our opponent... Oh, you know what? Oh, I messed up here. So I should have waited to see what they put up with Sabrina before I attached my energy here. Because if they put the Charmander up so they can retreat it for 1 energy, Honchkrow could have picked it off for our last point next turn. So, let's see what they do, but if they put Charmander up, my energy's on the wrong thing. Yep, okay. I've now made a mistake. So, I would have had almost a guarantee. I I suppose Charmeleon plus Potion or Charmeleon plus Cape beats that line, but that's two pretty specific things, yeah? I still have the Cyrus into top deck Arbok line, but we're only 1 in 6 to hit that now. What if they only put up Charmander because they put the energy on Ekans? Well, if they put up Moltres in that spot, we end up right back in the same spot. But I didn't give my opponent a chance to make a mistake. Oh my goodness, they don't have the Charmeleon and we win without the Arbok. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. I can't believe that. Yeah, yep, we take those. We take those, we take those. What an absolute clinic in playing to your outs. Come here, bud. Step into my office. Pretty sure this is a canon event. Ekans beats Charmander. Running through all of the permutations, AT Trader Pachirisu seems ungodly bad in the Darkrai. Yes, I would not be surprised if it's like sub 10% there. We are going first, which seems not ideal. We'll lead on the Farfetch and then have Ekans in the back. Played Ms. Magius with Hypno. I don't think Hypno's a playable Pokemon Pocket card, so it's not something I'm super likely to explore personally. Its effect is really high variance, and its attack is pretty poor. Would they ever add doubles to active Pokemon off the bench? Probably not. It's not something that happens in paper. I'd be shocked if they did it here. Welcome to Live 1, Choco. Oh, Confused and Sleep can't overlap either. Yeah, that's a good call out. I guess we just do this. Do I play around to Sabrina? Most of these fighting builds are on Cyrus, not Sabrina, so I think I just vibe for now. Thank you. Nope, that's great. So, Lucario clears the duck here. And then Arbok locks in the Lucario, but then Hitmonchan clears up the Arbok the following turn. So probably in a little bit of trouble here since they had first energy advantage. To clear the Lucario at least. I think I play the Honchkrow in case they pull it up so it can live. Cape, unfortunately, does not save us from the Hitmonchan jabs, even if they miss this because of weakness. Communicating, high probability that Lucario comes out here. See if they brick or not. Is Starmie Lumineon still your favorite deck? I don't have a favorite deck right now. I haven't played with any Starmie Lumineon yet. We spent like 24 hours on stream last week playing all new deck ideas, and I wager I probably have another 20 to 24 hours worth of all new deck ideas to work on this week too. Honchkrow here, notably weak to lightning and not fighting, which is nice. Rocky Helmet here, notably going to make it so if this hits us twice to knock us out, it's going to get cleared back. And the skill dive here, clearing the threat of Lucario and also threatening so they can't just play a Fossil to work towards Aerodactyl here. This card's been pretty impressive so far this set. I like it a lot. So I think I need to go Leaf to the Murkrow. And they could Cyrus me, but if they're Cyrusing me, then they're not Giovanniing me. I bet they have fossils in their hand they can't play out because of Honchkrow. How this week game? I didn't think we were going to be able to win that because they had first energy advantage, but we had some awesome maneuverability there. Lightning energy here from our opponent. Could be Pikachu, could be Pachirisu. Zapdos could still be either H. I suppose there was a Luxray Zapdos variation in the roundup this morning that had a result over the weekend. Could be that as well. I think it's the best counter to Darkrai Magnezone. I think there are two good angles to attack the Darkrai Magnezone deck from. One is what this deck is doing with Honchkrow, and it's attacking their Pokemon while they're still on the bench behind the Druddigon. And the other is playing like Infernape or Yanmega style cards that can clear Darkrai in a single hit. I think if I was brewing to beat it, and actually, I guess there's a third as well. The third angle would be, building your deck so, sustain from something like Venusaur or Shaman from their chip damage. I think those are the three axes that are worth exploring to try and attack that archetype. Something I really want to point out. Maybe I'm supposed to Rocky Helmet here. It could go either way. If I draw Arbok, I don't need it, right? While the Darkrai Magnezone deck had a very dominant week performance this first weekend, its performance metrics were actually incredibly comparable to the Gyarados Greninja deck the first weekend of the last season. So I don't think that I expect us to be in like a tier 0 format style situation just because this deck had one good weekend. All right, we have Leaf, so hopefully we can draw Arbok and lock this Pigeon in with us. Nice, cool. Corner is such a powerful game effect. And I'm going to go ahead and put a Rocky Helmet on here, so that way if they want to mark damage on us with the Zapdos, they go down in one more hit. love to get my last basic. Drop this other Arbok on the bench. Definitely our best attacker here with everything else weak to lightning. Because this is getting cornered for another turn here and not doing anything, it doesn't matter where I attach my energy, because I'll be able to get one on both of these. Get them both prepped for, what's it called? And the opponent's not giving up any energy here, but noteworthy that they're giving up 2 knockout points, which is a big deal. The big question mark next turn is going to be, do they have the Giovanni and the 3rd bench Pokemon to clear Arbok in 1? Because if Pikachu comes up here and our Arbok survives the hit, it's going to be a really big deal. Ooh, that could easily be game-winning if we can find a Honchkrow. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I messed up. Well, I don't know. I guess this surviving could be... It could have been right... It could have been right to leaf and finish with the Farfetch'd. Now, the upside to not doing that is it means I can Honchkrow next turn to hit a backline and then Cyrus it up the following turn. Hopefully they just don't have the Giovanni in the 3rd basic. Alright, there's one. There's another. Do you have the Geo? No Geo here is huge. That's probably the game, yeah, the Cyrus draw. Oh, we had Cyrus already. Yeah, we're probably good to go here. We do this, they hit us on the duck clears. They need like a hat and a potion. Corner is such a powerful effect. It wins so many games. Yep, we're just done here. It doesn't matter. They're just clicking through to let us clear. Get slapping. A little louder than normal, maybe? I'll put it down like here. Someone else mentioned that earlier, but nobody else did. Second person probably means it's too loud. There's something analogous to Reach in Pokemon Pocket. Things like Hitmonlee or Cyrus are basically Reach now. Things that attack the bench. Is Galactic Grunt full meme? I would be surprised if the Galactic cards are good, yeah. Even a single Heads on the Misty is real good here. Would you consider Dusknoir, Cressula, Shaman? Good. What are the breakpoints on the Rocky Helmet? If I hit them for 20... yeah, I wanna put Rocky Helmet on here because without the Rocky Helmet, Arbok would clear this in 3, and with the Rocky Helmet, it clears it in 2. So again, those are the types of things you want to think about when you're playing out a Pokemon tool like this, is how many attacks do I take them down in? So the Rocky Helmet's gonna mean we take them down in 2 as opposed to 3, which is nice. And thank you for the super chat, Trevor. For folks have been asking, we're gonna open back up to doing viewer submitted deck lists probably at the end of the week. I think I've got 2 or 3 more days after today of things that I want to explore and try. And then we'll open it up to the community. How do you deal with the frustration of hitting 12 tails out of 14 flips? I'd stop playing cards that flip that many coins. That's the reason why I don't play Kangaskhan anymore. never register cards like Celebi. I would choose to start playing cards that have less impactful coin flips, things like Executor EX that are still good when you hit tails. Having Palkia locked in a room with us here. Arbok has been so insane this set. He's consistently stellar. Friendo. Friendo. And then the Haunch here actually means we're just done, right? If they don't have a cape for the Manaphy, the Crow just like picks it from the back line and gets our last 2 points. We'll peck your eyes out. We'll peck your eyes out. Niv, thank you for the gift sub. Appreciate that. Exactly. Yes, we had a no-show for the tournament round because we have a mediocre record there after making some mistakes, but I'm gonna hang out and see if we can get another match or two before it's done because I like our deck and I feel like we're learning from playing them as Magius deck. We'll probably play some more of it in the random queue if the tournament matches don't happen, but for now I'm gonna wait and see if the tournament matches happen. I don't think I'd currently make any changes to what we're playing. I think there's merit to experimenting with like splitting the leaf with X speed or playing 2 Sabrina and 1 Cyrus or vice versa, but none currently offhand. Those like supporting details I think have a lot of play. Where am I from? I live in central Illinois, about 2 hours south of Chicago. On a mark damage on something in the back here, even if they retreated out. That gives us a Cyrus target later, and I don't have another supporter to use this turn anyways. Can I get a baby crow, please? I cannot. Rip. I got this one, though. I'm gonna gobble this. I think I'm gonna gobble this. Because if I gobble this one up, and then they put Drudagon back up, the Drudagon's a guaranteed second point with the corner. Sabrina Cyrus has been a stellar 1-2 punch for this deck a bunch of times. What's the point of splitting 2 cards like a Sabrina and a Giovanni or an X Speed and a Leaf? Isn't one of those cards generally better depending on the deck? Not always. To give it a good example, because I think X Speed and Leaf getting split is one of the cleanest examples of a split that's worth doing a lot of the time, is that Leaf is going to be better when we're retreating our stage 2s in this deck. But the big benefit that X Speed has is X Speed lets you reposition your starting Pokemon while not occupying your supporter usage in the early turns. So you can play it alongside research, which is nice. I'm surprised they haven't put energy on Greninja. Alright, so Duck quacks Drudagon here. I think because I used my Sabrina aggressively, I don't really have lines here. I guess if I draw, so if they go third energy, I go Arbok, hit you next turn, they go fourth energy, clear. Wait, they put Greninja up? That's gotta be wrong, yeah? Are they putting the energy on Greninja? Are they just not playing around a cape? I think they're just not playing around a cape. Oh my goodness, they just didn't play around cape and now they're dead? Lovely. Dawn could get us here. Yeah, but Dawn's not a card the opponent's archetype typically plays. And actually, with the second Ekans draw here, we didn't even need the cape, right? And even if they have a copy of Dawn or something here, yeah. They definitely should have just put the Gyarados up. Corner's a mechanic it's so tough to play around, and people make so many mistakes like this into it. Even if they hit this Misty, I have the second Arbok, so we're good to go. It's really, really clean.